Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk, back another video day, and today Carson Beck, quarterback, is transferring to the Miami Hurricanes. Um, this isn't very surprising. I made a video yesterday talking about the Beck transfer, and I was surprised of him transferring. That's where I was surprised, but I'm not surprised at where he's transferring to, Miami. It's a school that is in need of a quarterback. Now that Cam Ward is going to be declaring for the draft, he'll be at least probably a top 2 NFL draft pick this year. They'll need a quarterback. I think they still have a really good offense, so you just need to replace Cam Ward, and I think Miami should be a good team again next year. Maybe a team that can try to get into the playoffs next year potentially. Now that they have another good quarterback. Carson Beck I don't think is as good as Cam Ward, but with them not losing a lot of offensive weapons to the draft besides Cam Ward, I think they are gonna lose about another guy or two outside of Cam Ward, but they still have a really talented team outside of that, and so I just really feel like you add in a good quarterback, maybe not as good as Cam Ward, but definitely a good quarterback that could still win Miami some ball games. And I really think the only thing, like, you could make Miami a better team with Carson Beck than they were with Cam Ward, and the only reason I say that is not because of anything at the two of Carson Beck and Cam Ward. It's more the defense. Miami could potentially improve their defense this year, the way they play defensively. They can be 100% better because a couple of the games that Miami actually lost this year were because of the defense playing terrible. So that's where this upcoming Miami team in 2025 could be better off than this past year's Miami team. But we'll see if the defense improves. But why I say it's not surprising is because if you did not know, Carson Beck's girlfriend is playing college basketball at Miami. It's the Calendar twins or something. It's Haley and Hannah, I think. I know one's Haley. I don't know if Haley's the one he's dating, and I think the other's Hannah. I don't know which one he's dating. But they've actually got. I've seen them a lot on TikTok, social media. They're very popular on social media. I think they're more popular in the social media world than they are basketball players. I'm not saying they're not good basketball players, because they are really solid basketball players as well. But it's not surprising he wants to go and play a school where his girlfriend plays, and now it's going to be the boyfriend girlfriend 1-2 punch for Miami Hurricanes. But Carson Beck this past season had a real down year. 290 completions, 440 passing attempts in 13 games. Completion percentage was 64.7%. Last year was 72.4%, so that went down quite a bit. 3,485 passing yards, 28 passing touchdowns, and here was the worst part of Carson Beck this year was 12 picks. Last year with Georgia, Carson Beck, 2023, 14 games, 302 for 417, 3,941 passing yards, 24 passing touchdowns, 6 picks. Look, the only way I can really kind of explain Carson Beck's off year is losing, like when you lose guys like Ladd McConkey and Brock Bowers, it's really going to hurt you. But I really think the only really bad parts for Carson Beck this year offensively was the picks and the completion percentage. Those were the numbers that really tanked for him. Like the touchdown passes went up. The passing yards were kind of in the similar range, although I think Georgia's run game was a lot better this year than it was last year. So I think the yards, the touchdowns, those were actually pretty good numbers for Carson Beck this year. But the bad numbers were the completion percentage and the picks. And I think a big part of that is losing Ladd McConkey and Brock Bowers. But I think Miami, you could say, has a better offense than Georgia. I think it's kind of close, but it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting, and we'll see what Carson Beck can do. But I said yesterday when I made a video, I said this is kind of making me think a little bit of like Spencer Rattler. Like Spencer Rattler he was the big deal. He was the big deal at Oklahoma. He was projected to be a top pick, just like Carson Beck was. Big stud. He has a couple bad games. They decide to bench him for Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams does really well there. He decides to transfer at the end of the year, goes to South Carolina. It's not like he played bad at South Carolina, but he didn't get back to he's going to be a first-round pick kind of guy with South Carolina. Obviously, he played well at South Carolina, though. Got to the draft, got drafted like 4th, 5th round. But, that's the fall down from being like, hey, he's going to be top 3 pick to, hey, Saints are picking him in the 4th round. But this is kind of like the same thing with Carson Beck. Won 2 national championships, top of the world. This guy in a year or two is going to be a top pick in the draft with the way he's playing. Then last year happens, and then it all falls down. But let me know your thoughts on Carson Beck transferring to Miami in the comment section, and peace out.